What's up, everybody? It's Joe from Empire Music, empiremusic.com in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We are one of only 20 worldwide Martin Custom Shop expert dealers and one of only 5 Martin preferred online partners. We bring you amazing Martin guitars every day. I've got a really exciting, the first one we've ever done, Martin Custom Shop model to show you. Check out empiremusic.com. You can see our entire selection of Martin guitars there. Everything we stock, never a stock photo. Actual photos of every single guitar by serial number. We give you all the information you want. You know, we always dial our guitars in with our full pro setup. I would say, how would Martin hand this to a touring artist if they were in the factory ready to go play a show? That's how we're gonna send it to you. We always want your trade-ins. Hit our trade-in portal on empiremusic.com. Tell us about your trades, we'll get you fixed up. And you know, we don't carry a ton of brands, but we carry them super deep. So we get you not only a great guitar, but the right guitar. And man, Martin makes awesome guitars. We've been smashing with Martin Custom Shop. We're one of the biggest Martin Custom Shop dealers in the world. We were out at the factory last year, and we do, I mean, if you love Martin guitars and you want variations, custom shops, we've got it everywhere. We've got all the different types of tone woods, you know, it's classic tone woods, new tone woods, designs that you've never seen before. We do it all. And this is really cool because we've never done a custom shop Modern Deluxe model. And here it is today. Martin Custom Shop D-28 Modern Deluxe with Cocobolo back and sides. Absolutely stunning. We did 8 of these. We did 2 little brother 00028s. Modern Deluxe is in the same tone woods. And I'm going to talk about why the quantity is in here in a second. But let's just admire the Modern Deluxe guitar. I mean, an absolutely exquisite looking instrument. The torrefied top is always like very warm and kind of brown, just mature looking. It's just gorgeous. I'm gonna do Brent a disservice here and turn this Cocobolo. Look at that. He'll get you some beauty shots up there. I won't leave it up there long, but it is spectacular. All hand selected. What makes Martin Custom Shop special is we have a wood locker out there, and I don't want to bemoan the wood selection process, but it's the most important thing that we do with Martin. It's just like it's the specking of the guitars in this instance was easy because we just wanted a Modern Deluxe with a different tone wood, right? But the hand selection of the wood is really important. You know, Cocobolo trees run from like southern Mexico to Panama. It's a very small region that they're available in. And they're in the rosewood family, same family as Brazilian and East Indian. So there's characteristics there we'll talk about. But these trees grow like 80 feet high, which is cool, but they only grow about 2 feet wide. Now that's interesting because they're really hard to work with because you don't run into always the best yield to make certain types of guitars. So we go to the factory. Martin has already sorted these backs and sides by the body shapes. They sorted them by dreadnoughts and triple O's, and then we're flexing them because Cocobolo is a dense tone wood, right? And dense can be a good thing or a not so good thing depending on whose hand it's in. It's like sometimes we take a piece of information like that and think, oh, like it's dense, it's going to be blank. That's dumbing it down, and it's not allowing for the builder to know what they're doing, which we feel very strongly that Martin is very good at what they do. So we go out there and then we hand flex every back that we go through, tons and tons of them. And there were 8 pieces of Cocobolo we were really excited about for dreadnoughts, and 2 for triples that we were really excited about. So it's not about, you know, we'd have done 20 of each if we found 20 that were spectacular, that we felt had the most flex, the most output of power, the correct weighting to give you the best of the best tone woods. And that's really, really important. And we have a wood locker there. We've shown pictures of it many times, and it's just like we pile all this wood in there, we spec all the guitars, and Martin builds the guitars for us. Cocobolo is a tone wood that's obviously visually striking. That's kind of like, I guess, what the maybe where the story starts, because you see it and you're like, ooh, like that's just beautiful, right? But it's one of the trickier woods to work with because it's super oily, right? So it's hard, and because it's dense, you have what can run into a lot of issues with what's called fallout, which is when they're bending the sides, shaping the guitar, they can crack because they're hard. Now, density offers opportunities and obstacles, right? The obstacle of it being dense is if it's too heavy, it's going to sound kind of underwater and not full of projection. If it's not thinned out and properly built, you can run into some problems there, and it can just feel kind of clunky. In the right hands though, a dense tone wood offers tons of overtones, amazing sustain, excellent note separation. I think that's what we've delivered here. They really do an amazing job of taking this material to the next level. The cool thing about the Modern Deluxe platform is you have all these built-in really popular features that aren't available in the rest of the line. What do we have? We have a VTS Sitka Spruce top. It's a premium grade Sitka Spruce top. VTS, Vintage Tone System, torrefied, okay? So Vintage Tone System is Martin's torrefaction process, what they've branded it. And that's basically what we're doing is we're taking a top, we're baking it slowly to wick the moisture content, wick the minerals that are in there, and get it to the composition of a more aged top, a 50, 60, 70-year-old top, right? That makes the guitar sound more woody, it makes it more responsive. So we like that. It also makes this gorgeous, like kind of caramely type of sound that you'll see in the visual here. Next up, we do Adirondack VTS braces, and that's part of the vintage tone like system slash, I mean, because they're torrefied, but it's part of the Modern Deluxe package, right? Adirondack braces are really, really important because they're extremely powerful. And I always say that that's a secret weapon. You put Adirondack braces inside a guitar, it's like a trampoline for the top, right? It's very, very flexible, very powerful, increases your dynamic range, increases the output of the guitar with the power of the guitar with less touch. I mean, you can absolutely feel Adirondack braces. And those top braces are put on with a protein glue or hide glue, right? So a very thin organic glue that bonds the braces to the top, giving you this extremely natural, tight fit that makes it vibrate better, right? Acoustic guitars are simple in theory, right? It's like you're making the top vibrate and you're pushing air out of it. The end. You know, it's just like now how we do that is very complicated. The bracing package is a golden era bracing package, scalloped 5/16 inch brace package. But that torrefied top braces in the golden era, it's creating a lot of momentum and movement in the top of the guitar, giving you a lot of power. It's got beautiful European flamed maple binding. It's got a carbon bridge plate that lasts for 1 billion years. It's got liquid metal bridge pins. One of my favorite features is the neck shape. It's a little bit different than today's D-28. It's a little bit asymmetrical. It's instead of the center point of the neck being exactly in between the D and the G strings right in the middle, they shift that shelf up just a touch so your thumb has a little bit more place to rest. Super comfortable. One of those things where it's like you'd feel it but maybe not be able to place it if someone didn't tell you what it was. Crazy comfortable feeling. Ebony fingerboard and bridge. Then we have these gold Evo frets and obviously the Waverly Tuners hard case. Just an exquisite instrument. I mean, they've nailed all the things that make a guitar. So there's some kind of like player features with the shelf. There's some beauty features with the binding. There's longevity features with the carbon fiber bridge plate. They have like a lighter weight truss rod in here, which is nice. But ultimately, none of those individual specs, and I will, I guess, front this, specs only matter if they're put into context with each other correctly and then they're executed properly, right? And this is where it gets a little tricky when you're reading guitars online. I would say if you go to the major retailers' websites and you read the specs on a guitar, every guitar reads like it should be a $10,000 guitar, right? You'd think that they're giving you the greatest thing that's ever been invented, and it's 199 bucks. This is where like the modesty and kind of like you got to do your research and hopefully talk to us to realize that we're picking the most premium woods built by the most experienced staff in the Martin Custom Shop. It's a separately built guitar. Hide glue, the protein glue is only handled by a handful of people. The lacquer process, only a handful of people. The total build is really narrowed down to that small group of builders, which turn out amazing guitars. So now that I've gone on my long soliloquy, let's hear the guitar. What does it do? So let's do dynamic range like I always do in the mids of the guitar. These are important features to consider because we want to know how the guitar sounds quiet to big. We want to know its top end projection. And then we want to know if it's balanced or not. You know what I mean? That's something that's really important. Sometimes those mids get lost. What's really cool about this guitar is you have the broken in top, right? Powered by the Adirondack bracing, powered by the Cocobolo, which gives you the note separation. And it's a really, really great, it feels very, very vintage and woody, which is a cool combination, right? Like we like that woodiness at the top. We get the note separation that we want in, we like beg for in Brazilian guitars. Obviously not $40,000 and $50,000, you know what I mean? This is like not in that price point. So you get this exquisite combination of note separation and power, and I think that's gonna show in the demo here. So let's go through it and see what you think. Sounds beautiful. I think going into it, because I played this for a little bit before the video, going into it versus just doing that right there was kind of interesting. Is I think what stands out number one about this is the overall body of the sound of the guitar is very fat. It's very full sounding, married with the balance. What's cool about it is it's not as jangly at the top. Sometimes when you play, like if you play a stock D-28, this happens every day in the shop. People come in, I want a bassy guitar, and that, what they mean is warm. And they play a D-28 and they strum through, and it's got that big thump at first, and like, ooh, that sounds good. Then the mids kind of scoop, and then the top end has that big bright sparkle. It's glassy, and like, wait a second, this guitar sounds bright. And it's just like, well, bassiness and warmth are not interchangeable, right? Bass is bass. Warmth is, you know, I think we can measure bass, right? We can measure bass response with something. We can't measure warmth, like how warm is that guitar sound? That's subjective. But what you notice about this guitar is the overall balance of the instrument is better, top to bottom. So you get this fullness, it's like super fat sounding with the benefit of the rosewood bass thump. We get that sparkle, but it's more controlled and round. The mid's more lively. And by baking that top, you get this definitely, I'm gonna use crunchy or woody sound that is absolutely noticeable, right? But you still get a lot of power because of the Adirondack braces. You know what I mean? It's just like a really, kind of like an amazing marriage, because the Cocobolo, all we're doing is taking a D-28 Modern Deluxe. Now we're sorting the very best woods. We're using the very best builders. They're dialing this guitar in internally to maximize it without a doubt. But by adding that Cocobolo, what we've done is we've taken kind of the parts that if you've played a Modern Deluxe before and you're like, oh, it's too jangly up top and you didn't like it, this is going to give you that fullness, that fatness that you want, that I think is in your brain. That's why we designed it. What you had in your brain, you just couldn't articulate it because you couldn't hear it, right? Now you can hear it. This is the guitar. I mean, it's really, really exquisite. It's the Martin Custom Shop D-28 Modern Deluxe Empire Music Spec with Cocobolo back and sides. Handpicked all this with Justin at the factory. We have so much cool stuff happening with the Martin Custom Shop. We only have 8 of these guitars coming, so super limited. The wood is just bananas. I mean, absolutely beautiful, but most importantly, it's the best wood to make a great guitar. It happens to be beautiful, but we need it to be pretty, but it's gotta be the best, and that's why you have these kind of odd quantities of the 8 here and the D. Like I said, there's a 0028 we did 2 of. You're gonna see a video of that 2 out there. Check them out. Call empiremusic.com. Go to empiremusic.com. Call us at the site. You can chat with us on the site. Tell us about your trade-ins. What do? We always dial your guitar with the pro setup. When we deliver them, we deliver the best guitars in the country, professionally packaged, and we're gonna get you the right guitar. We carry Martin super, super deep. No one has the Martin Custom Shop selection that we do in the country. A massive selection. We can help you take stock models. If that's what you need, we're gonna get you the information. If you want a custom model, we can help you design one. We can help you make sure you're getting the right thing from us. We're gonna get you an amazing instrument that fits your wants and needs perfectly. I'm really excited about that. Check out empiremusic.com. Check out the D-28 Modern Deluxe Custom with Cocobolo back and sides. I'm Joe from Empire Music. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do. And follow us for everything Martin. Thanks for watching.